Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about chord progressions. So what is a chord progression? A chord progression is the order that the chords are played within a song. A lot of modern music today is mainly just a quick 4 to 8 bar chord progression that just kind of repeats over and over again. You can go outside of the scale. We're going to talk about that a bit later, but right now I just want to focus on chord progressions within a single scale. Also, I'm going to be explaining this with scale degrees, so if you guys are still confused about that, make sure you watch the last video. I'm going to give you a couple chord progressions in the major scale and then in the minor scale. And within both scales, there's only 7 possibilities for chords, so it's actually not going to be that complicated. What's really important is the order of these chords. So let's start with the major scale. We're going to go to probably the most popular chord progression of all time, and this is the 1-5-6-4. So if we're in the key of C major, it's going to be 1, 5, 6, 4. This is a really basic pop chord progression. It's the one you're playing on guitar outside at the campfire. You can see the list that uses this chord progression. There's so many. John Legend, All of Me. Fight Song. By the way, the 1-5-6-4 I just showed you, you can rearrange that in so many different ways, and they all actually sound really good. You can do 1, 6, 5, 4. We can do 1, 4, 6, 5. And if you rearrange all of these, you can create a lot of really cool sounding chord progressions. Yeah, so you get the point. It's a really pop sounding chord progression. I don't hear it much in hip hop and R&B just because it's not very dark sounding, but let's go to the next one. So the next one is one of my personal favorites. It's the 2-5-1. Let's say we're in the key of F major, then it would be 2, 5, 1. In a usual 4-bar pattern, it'd be the 2 for 1 bar, then the 5 for 1 bar, and then the 1 for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a really cool chord progression because we're starting to move away from that tonic chord, which is the 1. Those pop progressions just really come out of the gate with the tonic chord, right? And you already got the sense of resolution. But with the 2-5-1, the tonic is delayed a bit, so you get that bit of unease before you resolve it. This chord progression is mainly used in jazz music. A popular song that uses this is Sunday Morning by Maroon 5. A very popular chord progression for the minor key is the 6-7-1. Let's say we're in the key of E minor, it would go 6, 7, 1. This one is used in a lot of stuff. Pop, R&B, you can start hearing it in melodic trap stuff. EDM is a great place for it. The reason it sounds so good is just that nice, even movement between the intervals. This is a great chord progression when you're trying to build momentum. And a lot of songs just kind of move back and forth in between them. So you can go 6, 7, 1, and then just go back to 7, and then just do the same thing again. It's also great moving downwards, starting from the 1. Perfect by Ed Sheeran is a good example. In the minor key, a 1-4-5 is really popular, and since it's minor, it sounds a lot darker this time. If you just experiment with 1-4-5 and rearrange it, you can get a lot of really cool patterns. So let's try, instead of 1-4-5, let's try 4-5-1. We try 1-4-1-5. Moving back between 1 and 4 is good. For that minor key, hitting that second diminished sounds really good. You can go 2, 4, 1. That's cool. So I want you guys to go on your own and experiment. There's 7 chords. Pick a couple, rearrange them, see how they move and interact with each other. If you're having trouble with this, listen to a couple of your favorite songs for inspiration. Do this in the major and minor key. Make sure you guys write down your favorite progressions because you're going to discover a lot of stuff. Also, I want you guys to listen to your favorite songs and figure out the chord progression for those as well. Let me show you the method that I use for figuring out chord progressions. Let's just do the top song on the Billboard right now, Rockstar by DaBaby. So when I'm trying to learn a chord progression, the first thing I listen to is the bass notes. Just have to make sure I hear the piano so I can match the pitch. Okay? Just using my ear to kind of match the pitch. Okay, so I got it. When I listened to the song, it sounded like the tonal center was just that first downbeat right away. So I think that our key is in A flat. Is it major or minor? Well, it didn't sound too happy. It sounded a bit dark. So I'm going to think our key is in A minor. So the bass notes are G sharp, B, F sharp, and E. And we already know our scale degrees for the minor chords. Then it should be major, major. And that should be the song. So if I play along with it, that should work, right? Yeah, pretty much. It's going to take a bit of practice to get it quickly, but once you get it down, it's super helpful.